Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to more ridiculous properties that are for sale in England at the moment, and we are back looking at the cheapest things that are for sale on the market, and I've got some that are super low. These are the ones that are going to auction, so who knows what they'll actually sell for in the end, so stick around to find out. But yeah, these look absolutely crazy. Now often these houses that are on for that crazily low price of £20,000, inside's going to be terrible, and often they've been used for strange activities, illicit activities, places which might have been converted for the purpose of growing a certain plant that is quite valuable. Let's go find the first house. Let's get straight to it. This one's advertised for £20,000. So I'll show you the listing and let's get inside. So here it is, and there's that £20,000 price tag. What a good price for a house. Now, it looks messy on the inside, but I don't think this has been lived in. I think it's been used for a specific activity, and it was this photo here that got me interested. So let's go find it. Let's go find it and get inside. So there it is. It looks like an alright terraced house. So I'm very intrigued to see how bad it is on the inside and how it got that £20,000 guide price. So this house is in Blackburn, Lancashire. Still really cheap property to be found in this area. And as you can see, this house feels more like a storage unit than a place where someone's been living. And the first sign of why it might be cheap is the ceiling. A giant hole. I mean, that doesn't look good at all. 10,000 holes in Blackburn, Lancashire, and maybe this is one of the ones they were singing about. But yeah, there was also this burnt tinge look to the wall over there, which I don't think was the wallpaper style. Lots of lights here and clippers. I wonder what could have been going on upstairs. The kitchen as well. I mean, it's really hard to see the actual state of the house when it's full of so much shit, let's face it. You don't really know how bad the walls are, what condition the actual floor's in, because it's covered with everything. But let's get upstairs and hopefully find what I've been looking for. And yes, this is it. Look at this. So if you haven't guessed yet, yeah, this was a grow house, completely modified to grow cannabis. And look at that, giant ventilations just pushing through the walls. Another telltale sign is all the plant pots that you find left over in houses like these. They're definitely interested in botany, the ex-owners, but they've even left some over. Look at this. A little bit of the pungent number itself. The spicy rosemary. Now that is actually included in the 20 grand, as is a lot of the other equipment which has been left over. All the electrics in these houses get totally modified so they can create more heat, I guess, to grow the weed. But I don't really know how it works. But it's interesting to see. I've seen loads of these on the market, and the houses do get totally modified. The ventilation shafts coming in and out of the structure. Some of them end up being completely structurally ruined, but they are fascinating to look at. Into the bathroom. Again, I can't imagine anyone was living here recently. With a bathroom like this, I feel like it's been serving the purpose of brief visits to check on the plants, but really gross in here. And one final room, which again was just so full of stuff, it was hard to actually see what the room was like. Big bag of soil down here. What's that? 70 litres of non-fertilised soil. Very interesting. But yeah, what you can see of the walls in here, it isn't great at all. It really isn't great. However, I followed this house to auction. As I said, it was on for £20,000 guide price. And I followed it and watched it sell, and it sold for £65,000 for that house, which it's not actually that much for a terraced house. I don't know exactly how much work is going into it. I wish I could have seen behind the house a bit more, behind all the stuff that was left there. However, one thing I didn't show you as well, I'll show you it now. It does have a garden. It has a garden out the back, and maybe someone has got an absolute bargain there. Maybe someone bought it just for the plant pots and the growing equipment. But yeah, I've never seen a house in Lancashire go for that cheap, I don't think. Normally they go for way more, but I've got another house that's been used for the exact same thing to show you. So we'll go check out that as well. Wow, what an absolutely nuts property. Now, before we get to the next one, I just want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, and it is Y-Food, the complete meal in a bottle that I have been absolutely loving, especially when I'm out and about filming, going from property to property. It's perfect for just getting everything I need in very quickly. So one bottle contains 30 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, with a good amount of fiber as well. So it's full of good stuff. So today I have with me fresh berry whilst I'm out and about, but I think my favourite flavour is actually classic choco or maybe happy banana, but I've already drunk those, so good. So at the moment, if you use code TURNIPNEW, you're going to get 20% off that taster pack. Yeah, so check them out and let me know which is your favourite flavour. But yeah, waifu, the taste is absolutely incredible. It's perfect for when you're out like I am on the go a lot and you need something quick but you want everything good in there. This does the job. Go check them out. Turnip New. So good. Right, let's go view another property. So here we are at property number 2, which I believe has been used for the exact same purpose of growing cannabis. So it's going to be a lot of fun to go and look at this one. This one is in Manchester, or Greater Manchester, should I say, and it has the same guide price. It's on for £20,000. Now, we saw in the last video it went for more, so I assume it will go for more, but it'll be interesting to see how much more. And this one looks worse. From the photos, it looks way worse. So I'm super intrigued to get in and see if we can see behind some of the mess. Hopefully see what the structure of the building is like. And there we go, look at that. Some sort of tent unit gazebo inside for growing cannabis. So let's get inside and look round. Once more into the breach, dear friends, once more. I have entered many bad houses for sale, and they always entertain me in some way or the other. So I assumed we weren't going to be let down. Quite a holy house, this one. Holy indeed. You could see through there. Now, what I found interesting about this house, as soon as I came in, I realised they had in fact cleaned it of all the stuff, so they'd gutted it already, which was good. Well, it was also bad, because then you can see how bad the actual house is. But yeah, there was no stuff covering things up, just revealing things, and what they were revealing was indeed all bad. And I liked this, something which was obviously used to stop light coming in, but just a mattress, filthy mattress, against a window, propped up with just a wooden pole. Just so bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. Now, into the bathroom, again, no lights in here, no windows. It's the strangest bathroom. I could not imagine having a bath in there, but hey-ho, that's how it goes. Into the kitchen as well, and this was recently installed by Wren, and you can see their work is second to none. Now, you might be thinking, that wall looks awful, and you'll be wrong. That, in fact, is a Jackson Pollock that does come with this property. Here is the kitchen unit, though, and it's quite sensational. Just check if the cupboard works. It works. It's fine. I'm happy with that. Right, let's go upstairs anyway and see what is upstairs. And here is more of that ventilation that we're seeing. Clues as to what this house was used for. You also get loads of dangling wires and cables hanging down, probably from where the plants were held up. And a random shower in this room, so it could be a great ensuite. Chuck a toilet in. Room on the end here as well. And as I say, once you take the stuff out, you start to see how bad the place is. And it really just reveals how much of a mess this property is. But we'll follow it to auction like we did with the last one. And let me know so far, what do you reckon? Do you reckon it will go for more than 65 grand or less than 65 grand? And you can literally follow these ventilation shafts in and out of the walls as they weave round the house, which will have been used for extracting all the heat. Now, this looks like, well, yeah, it looks like that. It looks like someone's done that all over the walls, which isn't very nice, is it? Not very nice at all. And into the final room over here. And I don't know if the camera's showing it, but there was a real sort of like bulge down on the ceiling here, on the mouldy ceiling. You could really feel like it was, well, about to fall in on you. And I don't know if you know much about property. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But if the ceiling falls down, that's not good. That is a bad thing to happen and will in fact lower the value of the house. Although this could not be valued any lower, I don't think. I think 20 grand is about as low as it's going to go. However, I followed this one to auction. This house went to auction, as I say, £20,000 guide price, and it sold for £152,000. God, people trying to buy a house in England are absolutely screwed when that costs £152,000. But fear not, I found a property even cheaper for £7,000. And look at this majestic location. It's so good. £7,000. What could it be? I'm so excited to show you a former water pump site. Yep, that's what you get for £7,000. A sandblasted tiny box with a window. And this listing is absolutely hilarious. So it's on one of the Shetland Islands. And you can buy this, £7,000. It does have a sensational view. I'll give it that. But is it worth it? So let's take a bit more of a look at the listing. This is so good. It's got a perfect location. The site extends to 0.007 acres. Situated in a scenic area with stunning views. That's great. So it says, prime investment, and I love it when they say this, suitable for a variety of uses, and then fails to say a single use that it could be used for. I love that they've actually bothered to say as well on the listing, it's got a school, shop, post office, garage nearby. Like, all of that is going to be useful when you and your family are living in a former water pump site. Now, this place is actually going to auction, so let's go see if... I think it's actually today. Yeah, the auction is today. So let's see, Thursday the 26th of March, let's see if it has got any bids on the former water pump site. Oh, it ends in just over 2 hours, so we'll have to come back and check when it's sold. But it's got a bid. One person has bid $7,000 already, so who knows what it will go for, but it's definitely going to sell. So we'll come back in a bit and check it out. So next up, I have a beautiful little cottage to show you for sale that is right out in the beautiful, slightly windy Yorkshire Hills. You are totally secluded here. If you're after peace, if you're after getting away from the hustle and bustle of the city life, then this could be for you. And sure, it requires a little bit of modernisation, but if you are looking for a project, if you've got an extra bit of time on your hands, then why don't you buy this? So here we go, let's go check out the property. So it really is a nice place. So it's a beautiful structure. I'm not sure if the roof, that might actually need a bit of work doing to it, the roof, but we'll get a roofer in and we can look at that. You've got to remember, with a place like this, it is location, 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 and you have the wonderful stream just over there. Let's get in. Okay, so this one, this doesn't actually go anywhere. Yeah, I remember that actually, that doesn't go anywhere. Ignore me. We'll have to enter through the front. So yeah, this place, it does come part furnished with those two chairs. You can have them. If you don't want them, you're also gonna have to deal with them, so you might as well take them. That might, yeah, as I said, you're probably going to need someone to have a quick look at that. Mattress. That's from Benson for Beds, and I don't think they use that too much. And then you're out into the sort of backyard. Upstairs via this, which is a nice ladder. So out here there's lots of space for garden parties, dining. Some people have even said maybe extending, building a little an extension onto the edge of that, and then sort of really making use of the main living space. But really, as I said, it's location, location, location. And look what is right on your back door. You've got the wonderful trees, the beautiful stream, and the gorgeous hills. Now, this place has just come on the market, and in this area, let me tell you, things don't stay on the market for long. So you are gonna wanna get your bid in very, very soon. Now, it is on for £350,000, open to negotiations, but yeah, let's not have any silly offers. So yeah, if you're interested, I'm dealing with this personally, so make sure to get in touch with Turnip Property Sales and Lettings, and I will give you a very, very good or bad deal on that house. Right, let's go to property number 3. Damn, look at this. So I've come back onto the water pump site in Shetland for sale. It's had 5 bids. 5 bids, it's up to £8,000, you absolute nutters. And there's a minute left. Oh, I'm so intrigued to see what this actually sells for. It's fantastic. I kind of want to bid. Should I bid? Should I bid £8,250 for the water pump? No, that's daft. And there we go. £8,000. If you are the absolute legend who's just bought this, please do get in touch. I want to come visit it. I want to see what you do with it. That is fantastic. Right, as always, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.